Don't let the lockdown hold your brain development. Don't let your learning be complex. To maximize your attention and make study hours worthwhile, Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, Pune brings to you an opportunity to help your child learn scientific techniques of superfast memory to develop speed and accuracy in your studies. Join us for a webinar on the limitless memory. Remember, recall, retain. To learn faster and remember more in less time by our expert, Mr. Bhuvan Dhanesha. To develop your child's limitless memory, our chairman, Shri Subhashji Parmar, has inspired and guided us. To learn the secrets of developing superfast memory, let's begin with our today's interesting webinar.
Good morning and a warm welcome to one and all present here this Sunday morning. I, Bhavika Rathod, on behalf of Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, welcomes you all for today's live webinar on the topic, The Limitless Memory. Remember, recall, retain. With our expert, Mr. Bhuvan Dhanesha. We at Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, with the inspiration and guidance from our chairman, Shri Subhashji Parmar Sir, and all members of the Education Committee have organized this webinar. Brain-based study is an integral part of the current scenario in today's new normal situation. We, as we all are aware, that today's generation is multi-talented and makes the maximum use of their knowledge. But to sharpen their memory and recruit it in a proper channel is the real task. In short, the maximum output to be derived from minimum efforts by giving the right feed to our brain is the real motive of our today's webinar, the limitless memory. Remember, recall, retain. Now, I request our principal, Mrs. Jacinta Manuel ma'am, to give her insights on our school activities. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Bhavika. Good morning, everyone. It's a privilege to welcome our guest of honor, who is a memory and creativity expert, Mr. Bhuvan Dhanesha, sir. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and joining us today for the webinar on the limitless memory, remember, recall, retain. Sir, as it is worrying to see many children who are unable to pay steady attention to studies and getting distracted easily in this situation. This is the case in children as well as adults all over the world. As we are living in an increasingly dynamic world with technology and advertisement evolving every day and learning us with new creations. The brain is a powerful organ that makes new neural connections every time you learn a new skill, develop new habit, or memorize something. This means that enough practice and consistency, we can actually train our brain and enhance its abilities, including concentration and memory. At Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, we take regular exercises, yoga, meditation, brain workout, doodle, wiggling of eyes, and nature walk with our students. We also create a sense of confidence among the students by conducting quiz, spell check, recitation, storytelling, and GK competitions to enhance their creativity in exploring and helping them to retain the things outside the world. And I'm proud to tell you that our students are learning foreign languages like German and are connected with international projects like Indo-Brazil Education Exchange Program and presently collaborated with South Korea Education Exchange Program. We at Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School also ran an institute of education and career development wherein many parents who missed out their education was given an opportunity to enhance their talents through various courses. I thank our chairman, Sri Subhash Parmar sir, who has always been a supportive pillar and a motivator to guide and encourage us to do our best. Limitation live only in our minds, but if we use our imagination, our possibilities become limitless. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacinta ma'am. It's an honor and privilege for me to introduce you to our today's guest of honor for this webinar. On behalf of Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, I am extremely delighted to welcome our eminent speaker, Mr. Bhuvan Dhanesha sir. Sir is memory and creativity expert from World Health Human Development Center, Mumbai, India. Since 2009, Sir is in this field and has trained over 10,000 students in closed group style in offline setup and over 12,000 students in online setup. Sir has even trained students from 9 different boards and 18 different streams. Sir has also conducted his training sessions in different countries like India, Kenya, Mauritius. I feel great to say that Sir has memorized a 200-page book within just 7 days, along with the page numbers and its content. The main aim of Mr. Dhanesha is to help millions of students to make study as their best buddies. Sir, we are indeed fortunate to have you here this morning to share your knowledge and views on our today's topic, the limitless memory. Over to you, sir. Sir, your views.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible? Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, first of all, Bhavika ma'am, for such a lovely introduction. Thank you, Jacinta ma'am. Thank you to Gitanjali ma'am for inviting me to such a great organization, such a great institute, and the kind of activities which you all are doing, the kind of contribution which you all are doing is something remarkable, and we all should appreciate. Whoever is listening to me right now, let's have a huge round of applause for this institute. Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, Pune. So many activities, not only for students but also for parents, and considering different scenarios. And suddenly we are all are into the pandemic, and they are doing these webinars since last so many weeks. That is really amazing. And friends, today's topic is about memory, and I'm a memory expert from World Human Development Center. So before I begin, I'll just share a quick introduction of me so that you can come to know what exactly I've been doing. So I lead workshops since 2009. I've trained more than 10,000 students one-to-one from second standard to post-graduation. Basically, I take seminars in 3 countries: India, Kenya, and Mauritius. And I can remember 300 to 400 words at a time. And you give me any 200 pages book, any book of any subject, I'll just take 7 days to remember that book along with the page number. And for that, I've learned a lot of techniques. I have practiced a lot of techniques. I have invented a lot of techniques. And today, in next 30 to 40 minutes, I'll be sharing some of those techniques with all of you. So are you all ready? If you are ready, just write yes in the comment on your Facebook. Just write yes if you are ready. Now, it's very important that we participate. Here, I am not here to just give you the lectures, because I know lecture will not create the kind of shift which I want to give you. Suppose if you want to learn swimming, what we have to do? If I give you a lecture on swimming, will you learn swimming? If you go on YouTube and see the videos about swimming, will you learn swimming? No, right? For that, we need to actually jump inside a swimming pool. then only we will learn to swim. Same way, here we are today, we have met today to learn some memory techniques to enhance our speed and concentration. For that, there is only and only one way, and that is participation. So if you are going to participate 100%, then only you will get the benefit. So are you ready to participate? Just write 100, just write 100%, just write 100 on your chat. That will show that yes, you are ready to participate. Even parents, children, everyone has to participate because we all need memory, right? हम सबको मेमोरी की जरूरत है. अगर हमारे पास अगर मेमोरी नहीं होगी तो फिर हम क्या करते होंगे हमें ही नहीं पता, right? So participate 100%. That's what I want to tell all of you. So today I'm going to teach you two techniques. First is a memory technique and second is a speed reading technique. Now, how many of you want that you can remember hundreds of things within few minutes? Within few minutes, that too in the same sequence. Now, when you listen to this, you feel, sir, it is not possible. It's a human memory. I'm not a computer, right? हम लोग हमारी पढ़ाई की चीजें भूल जाते हैं. हम लोग बहुत सारी इजी चीजें भूल जाते हैं और आप कहते हो कि भाई 100 चीजें याद रखनी है. But let me tell you, if you have a proper way, if you have a proper technique, if you have a proper method, you can create wonders. You can remember as many things as possible. Do you know what? Have you heard about supercomputer? How many of you have heard about it? Supercomputer. Now, supercomputer is a computer which is much more powerful than a normal computer which we have in our houses. Our memory is more powerful than a supercomputer. We can remember so many things which even a computer cannot. Okay? अगर आप 100 कंप्यूटर्स की भी मेमोरी को कंबाइन कर देंगे, उससे भी ज्यादा आपकी मेमोरी चीजें याद रख सकती है. But the problem is we don't know the right way of doing it. It's like we are driving a car, but we don't know how to drive. अगर आप गाड़ी चलाते हो लेकिन आपको गाड़ी चलाना आता ही नहीं है, तो क्या होगा? What will happen? You will meet with an accident. And वही आपके साथ हो रहा है. Right? We are studying. We have to remember so many things: answers, maths formulae, history dates, numbers, names, history के names, geography के names, chemical equations, and so many other things. But we don't know how to do it. We don't know how to remember it. तो फिर हम क्या करते हैं? रट्टा मारते हैं. We mug up. But that is not the solution. So let me introduce my first technique. Right now, I'm going to give you 10 words. Okay? Your challenge is that you have to remember those 10 words in the same sequence. Tell me how much time would you want for that? If I tell you that you have to remember those 10 words in the same sequence, आपको कितना समय चाहिए उसके लिए? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour? Write in the chat. See, I told you that you have to participate, right? So write in the chat. Okay, Atulji says 5 minutes. I know many people must be writing on Facebook also. Okay, let's assume that you need 5 minutes to do it. I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes zyada. Now, is there a guarantee that you will be able to recall those words even after 3 days without even revising once? 3 दिन के बाद भी अगर मैं आपको पूछूं तो वो 10 वर्ड्स आपको उसी सीक्वेंस में याद होंगे, एक भी बार रिवाइज किए बिना? Is there any guarantee? Can you do it? It's difficult, right? Why? Because what you will do in those 10 minutes, you will repeat those words again and again and again and again and again. Now that is mug up. That will not help. We need some different way. We need some scientific way. So let me teach you the technique. Okay. First of all, let me show you what will be the words. I'm just sharing my screen. So there will be 10 words on my screen, and you have a challenge that you have to remember all these 10 words. Okay. Now for the time being, what I'll do is I will remove these words from this list. Okay. It's a blank screen now. Now, what I'll do is, it's a very popular method. I'm sure some of you must be knowing this method, but I'll teach you the exact way, exact steps, exact rules today. So let's start. What I'll do is I'll tell you a story. Okay. And you have to imagine the story as if you are watching a movie. Okay. Focus on imagining the movie, visualizing the story. Do not focus on memorizing it. Don't go into that trap कि मुझे याद रखना है, मुझे याद रखना है, मुझे याद रखना है. आपको सिर्फ फोकस करना है विजुलाइज करने पे. Got it? So everyone close your eyes for better visualization and just listen to this story and imagine as if you are watching this movie. So let's begin. There was a lion who was eating a mango. Mango went inside the river and started swimming. From that river, Virat Kohli came out. Virat Kohli was wearing flowers all over his body. Some flowers dropped down and went inside a box. The box was made up of diamonds, a diamond studded box. One of the diamonds was as huge as India and it fell on India. So India got scared and started running and went inside a car. And that car was driven by a cow. Okay? Once again, lion मैंगो खा रहा है. मैंगो ने रिवर में जंप करके स्विमिंग करना शुरू किया. उस रिवर में से विराट कोहली बाहर निकले जिन्होंने फ्लावर्स पहने थे. कपड़ों की जगह पे फ्लावर्स पहने थे. कुछ फ्लावर्स गिर गए और बॉक्स के अंदर चले गए. जो बॉक्स डायमंड का था उनमें से एक डायमंड इंडिया जितना बड़ा था और वो इंडिया पे गिर गया और इंडिया डर गया और इंडिया भागते भागते कार के अंदर छुप गया. और वो कार कौन चला रहा था? एक काउ. ओके, नाउ फ्रेंड्स, open your eyes. I'm sure most of you have remembered the story, but you have not only remembered the story, you have remembered the words. Okay, repeat the story in your mind. Lion was eating what? Write in the comments, guys. Lion क्या खा रहा था? Mango. Mango was swimming inside a. Come on, come on, come on. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Write in the chat. Let's see who is the first one to write. Mango was inside the river. And who came out of river? Who came out of river? Absolutely right, Virat Kohli. And what was he wearing? Flowers. And flowers went inside a correct box. And box was made up of diamond. And one very big diamond fell on which country? India. So India went inside a car. And who was driving the car? Cow. Okay. Now, friends, a test, a memory test. Grab a book and a pen. Quickly grab a book and a pen, everyone. Quickly grab a book and a pen. And ये टेस्ट सिर्फ बच्चों के लिए नहीं है, बड़ों के लिए भी है. आपको मैं 1 मिनट का टाइम देता हूं. In 1 minute, you have to write all the words in the same sequence. You don't need to write the story. Story is already in your mind. You just have to write the words in the same sequence. And your 1 minute starts now. Parents also will make the list. Okay, parents आपको भी participate करना है क्योंकि आपकी भी memory जरूरी है. The clock is ticking, guys. 15 seconds are over.
I done.
Done. क्या बात है कल्पेश जी? What a speed. Okay, जिनका भी हो गया, please write done. I'm sure many of you must have completed. Awesome, awesome.
When I completed.
Seconds. Last 15 seconds.
Done.
Done. Vijeta ji ka bhi ho gaya hai. Awesome. So now, friends, I'm showing the words again. Check your words, check your list, and tell me how much do you score out of 10.
Mango river, flower box, diamond. Full.
Full.
All
Kya
right.
baat? I want all of you to write your score, and I want all of you to write your score on the comments. And also especially parents, when you write your score, write P and your score, okay? P for parents. Because हमारे मन में गलतफहमी है कि उम्र के बढ़ने के साथ मेमोरी कमजोर हो जाती है, लेकिन यहाँ पे मैं पेरेंट्स देख रहा हूँ जो लोग लिख रहे हैं P10. So that means that our memory can work at any age if given a right kind of technique. Do you agree?
Yes,
If you
sir.
have a right kind of technique. यानी गाड़ी
Agree, sir.
चलाने का तरीका अगर हमारे पास है, if you know how to drive the car, you can drive the car at any age, right? You can drive the car on any road, be it a highway or a small gully or a mountain, anywhere you can drive the car. You drive the car. You all you need to do is to learn how to drive the car. वैसे ही ये हमारा बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट व्हीकल है, हमारी मेमोरी. हमें सिर्फ सीखना है कैसे याद रखना है. नाउ I want to give you all a challenge. Are you all ready for the challenge? Right? CA. CA means challenge accepted. Okay, not chartered accountant. Right? CA, challenge accepted. If you are ready for a challenge, right now, on the spot, I'm going to give you a challenge. Challenge your memory. Okay? Don't feel that, no, I cannot remember. ठीक है, मैं तो सिर्फ वेबिनार देखने के लिए आया हूँ, मुझे मेरे स्कूल में से बोला गया इसलिए आया हूँ, ऐसे नहीं. Accept your challenge, right? CA, challenge accepted, challenge accepted, challenge accepted. And the challenge is, I'll give you a list of 10 new words. Okay? You have to make your own story. I will not support. See, the first story I gave you ready-made, but now you have to make your own story and memorize the 10 words. So that's what the challenge is. But before that, let me show you the 4 rules of this method. Please note down the 4 rules so that you can make an effective story which you can remember for a very long time. Rule number 1: maintain the sequence. What does it mean? So in your story, first word will always come first and second word will come second. Okay, for example, lion and mango. So my story was lion is eating a mango. I did not start my story with mango. I started my story with lion. Then mango and river. So my story started with mango. That mango is swimming inside the river. Mango came first, river came second. Maintain the sequence. Rule number 2: no third object. You can't say lion is eating a mango with the spoon. Spoon will become a third object. Okay. Uh, Mango is swimming inside the river with a swimming costume. No third object. Okay, only two objects at a time, otherwise you will get confused. And in one sentence use only two words, don't use more than two words. That is that is the rule number 2. Rule number 3: your story has to be nonsense. Now what do I mean by nonsense? Nonsense means the story has to be illogical, impossible, funny, weird, out of proportion. Okay, I'll give you some example. Lion is eating a mango. That's illogical. Virat Kohli is wearing flowers. Funny. Diamond is as huge as India. Out of proportion. Car is driven by a cow. Impossible. जितनी स्टोरी में ये 5 एलिमेंट्स हो गए, उतनी वो स्टोरी लंबे समय तक याद रहेगी. क्योंकि जो नॉर्मल लॉजिकल होता है ना, वो हम जल्दी भूल जाते हैं. कुछ डिफरेंट हुआ है लाइफ में तो वो याद रहता है, राइट? एंड लास्ट रूल, the most important rule: after you complete the whole story, close your eyes and visualize the story. Don't focus on memorizing, focus on visualizing. हम मूवीज देखने जाते हैं या मूवीज को मेमोराइज करने जाते हैं? When we go on a theater to watch the movie, do we go to watch the movie? Do we go to memorize the movie? फ्रेंड को बोलते हैं चल आज हम ये मूवी मेमोराइज करने जाते हैं, ऐसा नहीं होता ना. वी गो टू वॉच द मूवी एंड मेमोराइजिंग अपने आप हो जाता है. द पावर ऑफ विजुअलाइजेशन. सो फोकस ऑन विजुअलाइजेशन. सो आर यू ऑल क्लियर विद द रूल्स? आर यू ऑल क्लियर विद द रूल्स? राइट?
Yes, sir.
Right, clear in the chat if you are clear with the rules, because now I'm going to give you the challenge. 10 new words, you get 1 minute, and in 1 minute you have to make your own story. और अगर बच्चे और मम्मी पापा साथ में बैठे हैं तो आप दोनों को मिलके स्टोरी बनानी है, ठीक है? कंबाइंड स्टोरी मिलके, बहुत मजा आएगा. एंड योर 1 minute begins. All the best first of all, and your 1 minute begins now. These are the 10 words and your time has started, guys. इवन टीचर्स यू कैन ट्राई. ओके, इवन मैम आप भी ट्राई कीजिए, भाविका मैम, जयसिंता मैम, मजा आएगा. 30 seconds are over. Focus on visualizing, not on memorizing. Last 15 seconds. Write done in the chat, in the comment if you have completed. Five, four, three, two, one.
Sit properly.
Stop. Time is up. Time is up, everyone. Time is up. Now, again, take a book and a paper and give a memory test to your own self. Write all the words in the same order. How to write it? Just by recollecting the story. Okay. And magically, you will start getting all the words. Come on, start writing. And once you complete writing, just write done. Parents will think, आज हमारी भी exam हो गई, right? So memory is for everyone, and the best way to keep your memory alive is to keep on testing it, keep on challenging it. Awesome, awesome. I see so many people writing done. Kalpesh sir ने लिख लिया है, and श्रेया ने भी लिख दिया है. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so I'm showing the list again. Again, check how much you score out of 10. Here is the list: football, pizza, aeroplane, book, water bottle, camera, fish, watch, theater, and AC. Write your score. Yeah, write your score out of 10. Super, 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 super. Congratulations to all of you. Now, friends, this shows that this method is working for you. And now, if this method is working for you, you have to work for this method. Means what? You have to keep on practicing it. The more you practice, the more you become better at it. गाड़ी चलानी है तो चलाना तो सीख लिया, बाद में उसकी प्रैक्टिस करनी है. Okay, so this was the basic level. There are advanced levels of this technique also, but that takes more time to learn because you have to first practice, you have to understand the deeper concepts. I'll just show you one video of one of my students, Zia Jain. Okay, she is from Mumbai, and I have a special memory training for CA students, wherein I train CA students. So they have to remember a lot of sections. So recently GST जो 2017 में जो नया law आया, Goods and Service Tax, so उसके कुछ 120 जितने sections हैं. Now I told my student who is not from a CA background to memorize first 50 GST sections, which is a very big task. Even the CA students, I asked them how much time you will take. They said around 1 month. एक महीना तो कम से कम लगेगा 50 GST sections memorize करने के लिए. This girl memorized those GST sections in just 25 minutes, okay, which a CA student takes 1 month. And can you guess what age she is in? When she did this demo, she was just in 8th standard. An 8th standard girl memorizing 50 GST sections in just 25 minutes. All the CA students were zapped. Her name is Zia Jain. Okay, so let me share a 50 seconds video of her, so which will give you the idea that how these techniques work. Okay, so let's begin. And she is blindfolded, by the way. She was blindfolded. So let's see.
Claim of reduction in output tax credit, section 44 annual return, section 45 final return, section 46 notice to return defaulters, section 47 is levy of late fee, section 49 is goods and service tax practitioner, 48 is goods and service tax practitioners, 49 is payment of tax, interest and penalty and other.
So can we have a huge round of applause for Zia? Right, she is right now in 9th standard and her school started in June month. She's already memorized all the chapters of all the subjects. Okay, I'm personally mentoring her how to do it. and she's already memorized all the chapters of all the subjects, and she's going to participate in Indian Memory Championship also this year. So this is what it is. When you have right techniques, you can create wonders. And friends, with this, I'm sure you all enjoyed. Write in the comment how was your experience of first technique, so that I can go to the second technique. Second technique is again a very important technique, very interesting technique. It's about speed reading. Okay, how many of you want to increase the speed of your reading? How many of you want that you understand in a faster way, in a better way? How many of you want that before the exam, instead of doing one revision, in that much time, you can do multiple revisions? You can be well prepared for exam so that when you go for the exam, you are fully confident and excited rather than being nervous. If your answer is yes, you need to learn speed reading. According to me, speed reading should be in our education system. It should be a part of our curriculum. It is that important. We all have been told since our childhood कि अगर समझना है तो धीरे से पढ़ो, right? Read slow, then only you will understand. Now that was true. That was right for those students who recently started to learn how to read. Students who are in first standard, second standard. I know from in this school there are students from first, second, third standard also. You should read slow. Okay, but as and when you grow, your reading speed has to be increased. See, when we were small, we used to walk very slow, right? जब हमने नया नया चलना सीखा, we used to walk so slow. But today we walk faster. We used to talk very softly, very slowly. We used to make so many mistakes. Even one sentence we couldn't speak properly. When we, newly we learned how to speak. But today we speak so fluently. तो हम जो भी एक्टिविटी करते हैं, जैसे ही हमारी उम्र बढ़ती है, हमारी स्पीड बढ़ जाती है. Then why not we should increase our reading speed? Our brain develops and our brain's speed also develops as and when we grow. But our reading speed is not developing. And that's why when we read slow, we go into more thoughts. How many of you observe this? That, sir, when I read slow, in fact, I get more thoughts, right? I'm reading and the thought is going on in my mind. मुझे मूवी देखना है, मुझे मोबाइल में जाना है, मुझे ये करना है, मुझे वो करना है, मुझे यहाँ जाना है, मुझे भूख लगी है. And I'm reading something important और मेरे दिमाग में ये सब चल रहा है. It is happening because you are reading slow. Let me tell you the secret. If you speed up your reading speed, you will not get thoughts. And it is scientific. Swami Vivekananda, आप सबने उनका नाम सुना होगा. He was a speed reader. He used to read pages with, he used to remember the pages with the number. Okay, Bill Gates is a speed reader. आप उनकी एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री है, उनकी बायोग्राफी है नेटफ्लिक्स पे, उसमें देखोगे तो he has said that he's a speed reader. वो साल की वो 50 से 60 बुक्स रीड करता है. ओके, लतेश सर जो हमारा जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है वर्ल्ड ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट सेंटर, उसके फाउंडर श्री लतेश शाह, ओके, he is also a speed reader. He has read more than 10,000 books in his lifetime. Now all these bright brains are reading in speed. Why? There must be some reason. Reason is very simple. हमारा जो दिमाग है, हमारा जो ब्रेन है, वो 300 से 700 वर्ड्स पर मिनट की स्पीड पे काम करता है. Our brain works at the speed of 300 to 700 words per minute. Okay, but when we read only at the speed of 150 to 200 words per minute. So there is a mismatch. Brain needs 300 words, you are giving 200 words. So there's a gap of 100 words. So now to fill that gap, brain will go into thoughts. So मैं पढ़ रहा हूं, मुझे भूख लगी है, that's a thought. मेरा सिर दुख रहा है, that's a thought. मुझे नींद आ रही है, that's a thought. Okay, all these are thoughts. Thoughts are nothing but words. And why your brain is attracting those words? Because you are reading slow. Brain needs more words. So how to fix this? Very simple. Read at the speed of 300 or more words. Okay, start with 5 minutes a day, not more than that. Start with the chapters which you have already learned and you want to revise. Start with that. If you are skeptical, अगर आपके दिमाग में doubt है whether it will work for me, सर कैसे होगा, मैं स्लो रीड करूंगा तो ही तो मुझे समझ में आता है। अगर आपके दिमाग में ये सारी बिलीफ्स ऑलरेडी है, स्टार्ट ओनली विथ 5 minutes a day, only with 5 to 10 pages a day, only with the revisions every day, and then slowly and steadily increase the number of minutes, right? So this is what speed reading is all about. Now let's do one thing. जैसे मैंने कहा स्विमिंग सीखने में स्विमिंग पूल में डूबना पड़ता है, राइट? तो हम स्पीड रीडिंग के सीखने के लिए भी लेट्स प्रैक्टिकली डू वन राउंड ऑफ स्पीड रीडिंग. आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू ओपन अ बुक. इफ यू आर अ स्टूडेंट, ओपन अ बुक ऑफ अ टेक्स्ट बुक विच इज योर मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट सब्जेक्ट. जो सब्जेक्ट आपको पसंद ही नहीं है वही सब्जेक्ट लीजिए. Okay, it should not be maths, it should not be accounts. Okay, not a practical subject, reading subject. Languages, Hindi, Marathi, science, social studies, you can take anything out of that. Okay, quickly, economics, civics, history, geography. Quick, last 10 seconds guys, and we'll do a practical round of speed reading. Okay, I hope that you all have a book with you right now. Now, select a chapter which you want to revise. I would not suggest you to do the speed reading on a new chapter as a beginner. Once you are used to it, you can do speed reading on the new chapter also. So select a chapter which you want to revise, which is a difficult chapter for you or a boring chapter for you. Okay. Now, there are two rules of speed reading. So let's go into that. Okay, first rule is pacing. Now, what is pacing? So, pacing is very simple. आप में से काफी लोग ये शायद करते होंगे कि suppose this is your book, okay? So, you move your finger below the word. How many of you do this? It's called pacing. Many people think कि ये तो बच्चे करते हैं, अभी हम बड़े हो चुके हैं, हमें नहीं करना चाहिए. It's a very good habit. You should do it. Or have a pen with you and move the pen. इससे क्या होता है? See, our eyes, when you are reading, our eyes go into different directions also. So page यहाँ तक ही है, पर हमारी आंखें यहाँ भी जाती है, यहाँ साइड में भी जाती है, यहाँ पे भी जाती है. तो when you pace it, okay, when you show the direction, our eyes will focus. That will increase the speed and also that will increase the understanding power. Okay, so that is rule number 1, pacing. Fingers से कर सकते हैं या तो पेन से. Rule number 2. Read ahead even when you don't understand a particular part. Again, very important. Now, when we do our normal reading, what do? We suppose if I did not understand a particular sentence, I'll stop over that. I'll read it again. Still I don't understand, I'll read it again. Still I don't understand, I'll start from the first sentence. We do like that. But when it comes to speed reading, you are not supposed to do that. Because by doing that, what you will do is you will increase the time duration, and that will not help you. That will in fact lower down your speed. We need to do 300 words per minute. So हमें fast speed में सब करना होता है. Okay. So even if you don't understand, you have to move ahead. The best which you can do is just underline that part which you did not understand and move ahead. And once you complete the whole chapter, again go back to that part. There is a high chance that आपको feel होगा कि मैंने तो already understand कर लिया है. Clear with the 2 rules? Now, read 300 to 400 words means आपकी जो normal speed है उससे double या तो triple speed में आपको पढ़ना है. Without having the fear कि मुझे नहीं समझ में आएगा तो don't have that fear. It will आपको समझ में आएगा, मुझे पता है. Okay, you just need some practice. That's it. So friends, let's begin. Now, apart from this, there are 3 steps. Okay, 3 steps of speed reading. So let me tell you what are the 3 steps. You can note down if you want. First step is pre-mindset. Okay, means first, before we start speed reading, you have to create a mindset. You have to command your mind that I want to read in speed. Second step is speed reading. Minimum 3 minutes, maximum 10 minutes as a beginner. You can have a timer if you want. And third is close your eyes and recollect. So now let's do one thing. Let's practically follow all these steps. So I hope that you all are ready with your book. So now just close your eyes Close your eyes, everyone. Just a minute. Close your eyes. Take a deep breathing. Relax yourself. Tell yourself that in next 3 minutes, I'm going to give my 100%. I will read at the speed of 300 to 400 words. My brain is 100% focused. All my brain cells are active and alert. And in next 3 minutes, I'll challenge myself and I'll read as fast as possible without having the fear that what if I don't understand. And tell yourself that the subject which I'm reading is my best friend. And the moment I tell you to open your eyes, your 3 minutes will start. Use pacing and read at the speed of 300 to 400 words. So open your eyes and your time starts now. Read in speed. Read as fast as possible. "30 seconds are almost over. Two minutes to go. Read fast. If you complete one chapter, you can go to the next chapter. You can read in mind or you can read aloud the way you want. Last 1.5 minutes. One minute to go. Last 30 seconds. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Step number 3, close your eyes. Close your eyes, everyone. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath, first of all. Relax yourself completely. Relax, relax, relax. And now, recall whatever you can. Be natural. Don't force your brain to get all the information. Be natural, let it come naturally. If you're not able to recall, that means you are not relaxed. Be relaxed, become relaxed. Come on, superb. And see, you will automatically start recollecting a lot of things. Some of you will be able to see the whole page as it is, as if you are reading it again. Relax, relax, and recall. Last 10 seconds. Okay, amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please open your eyes, everyone. Open your eyes, open your eyes. And write in the chat, how was your experience? Write in the chat, in the comments on Facebook, how was your experience? Now, many of you will see a drastic change. You'll be surprised that you could recall everything so well. That too a subject which was difficult for you. Some of you will feel that, sir, it did not work for me. So don't worry. In first attempt, we cannot expect a great result. Practice it for 15 days, 5 minutes a day. Use these 3 steps. You will see a great improvement. Okay? Only solution to all our problems when it comes to studies. First is the right technique, and second is the practice of that technique. Right? So this is what it is. The memory technique which I gave you and the speed reading technique which I gave you. How many of you promise me that, sir, I'll practice all these techniques for 15 days? Right? Promise in the chat. If you promise that, yes, for my memory, definitely I can spare 10 minutes a day. That's not a big deal. Although I'm very busy, more busy than Prime Minister, but still I'll take out 10 minutes and I'll definitely practice. Right? Promise in the chat. Superb, superb, Vijeta ji. And there are many people who must be writing in the Facebook comments. Just promise it to yourself. Promise to your parents. Parents, you promise to your kids. And as it is, we are so busy in our life. इस प्रैक्टिस के बहाने पेरेंट्स और बच्चों का बॉन्डिंग होगा, साथ में प्रैक्टिस कीजिए. So this is what is I had to give you. Now I'll just give you a short introduction of what else I can teach you. This was just a small glimpse. I have a full 3 days workshop, and we charge only rupees 199, and where we teach you 5 to 6 powerful memory methods. And I would wish if you all can join. Anyone who is in 5th standard up to post graduation can do this program. It's a 3 days workshop wherein we teach foundations of memory. Okay, basic level of speed reading. What you did today was just a glimpse. We'll teach you in much more detail basic level of speed reading. Learning difficult answers in the easiest way. Suppose आपका सबसे difficult answer है, उसको easy कैसे बनाया जाए? So we'll teach you that method for that. Smart revision plan. You know, revision is most important. आपके teachers भी आपको कहते होंगे how to schedule your revisions. And if you implement this smart revision plan, you can score 5 to 10% more in your upcoming exams. And remembering 100 countries with the capitals in 6 days. I'll teach you the technique how to remember 100 countries with the capitals in 6 days. In my 3 days class, I'll help you to learn 20 countries of Europe with their capitals in just 10 minutes. Okay, but rest of the 80 countries, you can use the same method and you can learn on your own. And 2-digit multiplication table in just 1 minute. 82, 79, 59, 63. Multiplication tables in just 1 minute without multiplying. So these methods we teach. Okay. So you can take a screenshot of this. These are the things which we teach. Okay, in 3 days, you will learn all these techniques and you will create amazing results in your studies. Right? These are the results. 66 and 92%. Urmil Vora, 10th standard ICSE. Dhruv Dedia, 70 से 80%. Disha Dedia, now she's doing CA, 50 से 72%. Rushingala now is doing engineering, 72 से 85%. Arham Bafna, 4th standard में ये बच्चा 30 मिनट में 100 पेजेस रीड करता था, अभी वो 7th standard में है, right? This workshop will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So there's some technical issue. These are the dates. 23rd to 25th July. 1 hour 15 minutes a day. Last day 2 hours का workshop है, and the fees is only rupees 199. I want each one of you to join. 199 is the fees, and if you want to join, just send a WhatsApp on this number. WhatsApp is simply join. Just write join and send it. Send us on WhatsApp. And we will give you the details how to join for the workshop. Okay, so this is it. Please note down 8898008624. You can just write join and send it on WhatsApp. I think there was some noise coming. So just send join on WhatsApp and we will give you the details. Do not miss out. With this, I complete my part of whatever I had to teach. Thank you so much to all of you, the organizers, Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, Jacinta ma'am, Bhavika ma'am, Gitanjali ma'am, and especially Subhash Parmar ji, जिन्होंने ये सारा initiative लिया है. I'm so much thankful to all of you for inviting me. I had a great time. I'm sure students must also have got a great time. And with this, if you all have any questions, you can ask me and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. So, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Wow, sir, those tricks and your tips were really amazing. Thank you, sir, for them. I'm sure along with the parents and the teachers, along with the parents and the students, all our teachers will also promise you that we will be using these tricks with our students so that they do not mug up. They start memorizing it nicely, remember it, and the speed reading, which is really necessary for the children. So I'm sure all the teachers, you all are going to promise, right? Okay. So with this, now we move to the most interesting part of the webinar, that is the question answer session. For this, I would request Gitanjali ma'am to take over with the session. Over to you, Gitanjali ma'am.
Thank you, Bhavika ma'am. I feel honored to welcome all our viewers taking a keen part in this live webinar on concentration and memory retention through the limitless memory, remember, recall, retain. A happy morning to you, Dhanesha sir. As we all are aware that our memories are an integral part of who we are. But as we age, it is often said our memory declines. But the scientists have discovered and been learning more about our memory, amazing brain facts, capacity to change and grow new neural connections each day, even in old age. Hence, memory strength is just like the muscular strength. The more you use, the more you develop. Thus, I'm sure that you all will be enriched with this knowledge and completion of this event. As Sir has said and given us so many tips and tricks, we all are going to benefit, surely. So let's begin with our interesting question answers round. I request our parent, Mr. Rohit Mali, to ask the first question to Bhuvan Dhanesha sir. Over to you, Mr. Mali.
Thank you, ma'am. Warm morning to all of you. I am a father of Unit Mali. He's studying in senior KGB in Vijay Vallabh School. So my question is that, what is memory retention? In what way can we have a better retention when it's come to learning?
Really a wonderful question, Mr. Mali. Sir, हमें अपनी स्मरण शक्ति कैसी बढ़ानी चाहिए और उसे बनाए रखने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए ताकि इसका फायदा हमें अपने बच्चों की पढ़ाई के वक्त हो सकता है. Over to you, Dhanesha sir.
Thank you so much, Gitanjali ji and
Thank you, sir.
wonderful question. So first of all, this is the question which many people ask me. But let me tell you, let me break a myth that memory को बढ़ाना ये एक बहुत ही गलत मान्यता है, because we can never increase or decrease our memory. Because our memory, as the name of today's program is, it's limitless, it's infinite, and because of that, आप चाहो उतनी चीजें याद रख सकते हो. Infinity like sky. उसमें कुछ ऐसा है ही नहीं कि किसी के पास ज्यादा मेमोरी है, किसी के पास कम मेमोरी है, किसी के पास अच्छी मेमोरी है, किसी के पास बुरी मेमोरी है. We all have got the same memory. Now the thing is, some people know how to use it and some people don't know how to use it. That's the only difference. कि मेरे पास खजाना है करोड़ों रुपए का, अब मैं उसमें से कितने पैसे यूज करता हूँ, that's totally up to me. Now, how to ensure कि मेरी ये जो मेमोरी है उसको मैं 100% यूटिलाइज करूं, और इफ नॉट 100%, मैक्सिमम उसका मैं कैसे यूटिलाइजेशन कर सकता हूँ. तो उसके लिए मैं एक एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगा कि अगर आपकी एक रूम है, अभी आप जिस रूम में बैठे हो उसमें समझो कि 500 चीजें आपने रख दी, लेकिन सब कुछ ऐसे ही रख दिया, जो भी हाथ में आया वो आप नीचे रखते गए रखते गए रखते गए, एवरीथिंग इज अनऑर्गेनाइज, वेरी मेसी. अभी इसमें से आपको एक लाल कलर की पेन ढूंढनी है, तो कितना टाइम लगेगा? 500 चीजें ऐसी ही बिखरी हुई है और लाल कलर की ही पेन चाहिए. आई एम श्योर दैट आप सोच रहे होंगे कि अगर मिल गई तो 2 मिनट में मिल जाएगी, नहीं मिली तो 2 घंटे में भी नहीं मिलेगी, राइट? बेटर है उससे नीचे जाके मैं दूसरी नई पेन खरीद लूं. नाउ दैट इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग विद आवर मेमोरी. वी स्टोर सो मच ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन बट एवरीथिंग इज अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड, हैफहैज़ार्ड. तो जब हम पढ़ाई करते हैं, जब हम एग्जाम देते हैं, हमें वही आंसर रिकॉल करना हो, तो इट इज एज स्ट्रेसफुल एज सर्चिंग फॉर दैट रेड कलर पेन फ्रॉम दैट मेस. स्ट्रेस वो बच्चे फील करते हैं. नाउ लेट्स टेक द सेकंड सिनेरियो, दैट in that same room you have organized everything. You have kept drawers, you have kept cupboards, and हर चीजें आपने ऑर्गेनाइज कर दी. कपड़ों की अलग जगह है, बुक्स की अलग जगह है, स्टेशनरी की अलग जगह है, गैजेट्स की अलग जगह है. नाउ इफ यू वांट टू सर्च फॉर दैट रेड पेन, कितना टाइम लगेगा रोहित जी? लेस देन अ मिनट, राइट? 5-10 सेकंड में आप ढूंढ लोगे कि हाँ रेड पेन यहीं पे पड़ी है. अगर आप घर पे नहीं हो, आप कहीं बाहर हो और आपको घर से फोन आता है, करे वो रेड पेन कहाँ रखी है, आप दुनिया के किसी भी कोने में होंगे ना, आप वो बता पाएंगे कि रेड पेन मैंने यहाँ पे रखी है. वाई? रूम वही है, ऑब्जेक्ट्स वही है, डिफरेंस क्या है? ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सेम वे इफ आई एम स्टडिंग, I know how to organize the information in my mind in proper compartments. I can recall at ease. जैसे आपने वो 10 वर्ड्स रिकॉल किए, उतनी ही आसानी से आप बड़े बड़े आंसर्स भी रिकॉल कर सकते हो. But all you need is to learn how to organize the information, right? So that's what is the answer to your question, Origin. Thank you so much.
वेरी ट्रू सर. दिमाग तो सबके पास है, पर वो हम किस तरह से यूज करते हैं वही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. Your guidance on better memory retention will be surely beneficial to all of us. And as we know, all organized things give perfect results. So it is our brain. If we keep our thoughts organized, our brain will give marvelous results. Thank you, sir. Now I request a parent, Mrs. Vijeta Shah, to ask her question. Over to you, Mrs. Shah.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, sir. My question is, what is the role of concentration's memory in retentions?
मिसेस विजेता शाह जानना चाहते हैं कि दिमाग को चुस्त रखने के लिए और अपनी स्मरण शक्ति बनाए रखने के लिए कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ माइंड कितना जरूरी है सर.
Right.
ओवर टू यू सर.
Thank you, Vijeta ji, for asking this question. Definitely, concentration plays a very important role, right? Because our memory receives from 5 senses. So we whatever we see, whatever we hear, हम जो भी स्मेल आ रही है, जो भी टेस्ट आ रहा है, जो भी हम बोल रहे हैं, जो भी हम फील कर रहे हैं, तो पांचों सेंसेस से मेमोरी कोई ना कोई इंफॉर्मेशन रिसीव कर रही है. नाउ व्हेन आई एम रीडिंग, ओके, व्हेन आई एम रीडिंग आई एम लर्निंग, बट मेरे कान में भी आवाज आ रहा है, मुझे कुछ स्मेल भी आ रही है, मैं किसी से बात भी कर रहा हूँ, तो वो सारी चीजें एक साथ मेमोरी में जा रही है. दैट्स व्हाई कंसंट्रेशन प्लेज अ रोल. कि जब मैं रीड कर रहा हूँ तो मैं सिर्फ रीडिंग पे ही फोकस करूँ. दैट ब्रिंग्स द अल्टीमेट रिजल्ट. नाउ द पॉइंट इज, दैट्स व्हाई टीचर्स, पेरेंट्स, एवरीवन कीप्स ऑन टेलिंग द स्टूडेंट्स व्हाट, you need to concentrate, you need to concentrate, you need to concentrate. ध्यान देके पढ़ो, ध्यान देके पढ़ो, ध्यान देके पढ़ो. But the point is, no one tells how to concentrate. हम बच्चों को बता तो देते हैं कि भाई ध्यान देके पढ़ो, concentrate, but how to concentrate, we as parents don't know. We don't know the definition of concentration. So जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शन हम देते हैं बच्चों को, उसमें अगर एक्शन होगी तो वो करेंगे, वरना नहीं करेंगे. जैसे वॉकिंग की एक एक्शन है, टॉकिंग की एक एक्शन है, ईटिंग की एक एक्शन है, राइटिंग की एक एक्शन है, कंसंट्रेशन की कोई एक्शन नहीं है. It's a invisible activity of our brain. So how to concentrate? Kids don't know that. So क्या होता है, जो चीजें उनको पसंद है, मोबाइल, गेम्स, फ्रेंड्स के साथ खेलना, मूवीज देखना, म्यूजिक, तो वहां पे ऑटोमेटिकली कंसंट्रेशन आता है. पढ़ाई नहीं पसंद है तो कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर पाता है. सो फर्स्ट वी नीड टू लर्न व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ कंसंट्रेशन. अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, concentration means having no thought while I'm doing whatever I'm doing, okay, or having least amount of thoughts. जब थॉट्स ज्यादा होंगे, कंसंट्रेशन कम हो जाएगा. जब थॉट्स कम होंगे, कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ जाएगा. सो बिफोर आई स्टार्ट स्टडीज, आई हैव टू इंश्योर दैट मेरे थॉट्स मैंने रिड्यूस कर दिए. हाउ टू डू दैट? नंबर 1, मेडिटेशन. इट हेल्प्स. Number 2, there is a very creative way of doing it, and that is brain gym. Now, what is brain gym? अगर मुझे brain gym के बारे में बताना होगा 2-3 घंटे लग जाएंगे, so अभी मैं नहीं बताऊंगा. You can just Google about brain gym and you will get a lot of information, or you can come to my 3 days program where I'll teach you. So ये दोनों activities ऐसी हैं जिससे आपके thoughts instantly reduce हो जाते हैं, instantly, and आपका focus 100% आता है. सो प्लीज ये 2 चीजों पे आप फोकस कीजिए जब भी आप पढ़ाई करते हैं. सिर्फ रैंडमली पढ़ाई करने में मत बैठिए. जैसे कहते हैं खाना खाने से पहले हम हाथ धोते हैं ना, ऐसे ही खाना खाने नहीं बैठ जाते. सेम में पढ़ाई करने से पहले मेडिटेशन करना जरूरी है, दिमाग को धोना जरूरी है, दिमाग को खाली करना जरूरी है. दैट्स इट. थैंक यू विजेता जी फॉर आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन.
Very true, sir. Meditation and yoga surely builds your brain capacity. Concentration is the most important factor in retention process, memory retention process. Though invisible, concentration is directly related to the interest of oneself. Hence, we have to see that lesser the thoughts, more is the concentration. Thank you, sir. Now we move ahead to our next parent, Mr. Atul Khode. I request you to ask the question, sir.
Thank you, madam. Good morning, sir. I am Atul Khode, parent of Arna Khode, studying in senior KGA. In today's pandemic scenario, students are very much exposed to mobile and TVs. So my question is excessive screen time affecting students' memorizing ability? If it is so, then what to do about that?
Right. Ma'am, you are on mute.
Very nice question, Mr. Khode. सर हम जानना चाहते हैं कि ज्यादा स्क्रीन टाइमिंग हमारे बच्चों के ग्रास्पिंग पावर और ग्रहण शक्ति पर किस प्रकार असर करता है. ओवर टू यू सर.
या एब्सोल्युटली अतुल जी, बहुत असर करता है. एंड नाउ द सिचुएशन इज सच कि हम अवॉइड भी नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि सब कुछ ऑनलाइन है. स्कूलिंग भी ऑनलाइन है, काम वर्क फ्रॉम होम भी ऑनलाइन है, एवरीथिंग इज ऑनलाइन. सो इट इज रियली डिफिकल्ट टू डिस्कनेक्ट विद दैट. So and it is affecting us adversely also. There are a lot of benefits. Like अभी हम और आप मिल पा रहे हैं, मैं पुणे नहीं आया हूँ, मैं मुंबई में हूँ. It is because of the technology, but it has got some ill effects too. क्या होता है, लोग कहते हैं कि उसकी जो ब्लू लाइट है उससे असर होता है. ये सब बातें भी सच है, बट और एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है जो मैं यहाँ पे हाईलाइट करना चाहूंगा, जो हम ज्यादातर लोग नहीं जानते, कि जब ब्रेन में कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन आती है, 5 सेंसेस जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन रिसीव करती है, वो पहले ब्रेन उसको प्रोसेस करता है. ओके, आफ्टर प्रोसेसिंग इट, ब्रेन डिसाइड्स कि मुझे ये शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी में रखना है या लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी में. ओके, नाउ दैट process of processing the information, that takes a lot of energy for the brain. पहले क्या होता था, जब टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी, इंटरनेट नहीं था, सोशल मीडिया नहीं था, तो पूरे 24 घंटों में बहुत कम इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रेन को रिसीव करनी होती थी और उसके वजह से बहुत कम इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रेन को प्रोसेस करनी होती थी. बट नाउ बिकॉज ऑफ द गैजेट्स, एवरी सिंगल मिनट ब्रेन इज प्रोसेसिंग अ लॉट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. आप सपोज फेसबुक पे हो, आपने एक पोस्ट देखा, सेकंड पोस्ट देखा, फिर व्हाट्सएप का नोटिफिकेशन आया, आप व्हाट्सएप पे गए, फिर यूट्यूब पे गए, तो सिर्फ आधे घंटे में भी पहले जो ब्रेन 4 से 5 घंटे में जो जितनी इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेस करता था, आज आधे घंटे में हम हमारे ब्रेन से उतनी इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेस करा रहे हैं. यानी कि ब्रेन ओवर टाइम काम कर रहा है एंड उसके सामने ब्रेन को रेस्ट तो कुछ दे ही नहीं रहे हम. राइट, हम भी अगर ओवर टाइम काम करेंगे तो हमको चाहिए कि भाई वीकेंड में छुट्टी होनी चाहिए. व्हाट अबाउट अवर ब्रेन? और छुट्टी के दिन में भी हम ज्यादा गैजेट्स पे होते हैं. राइट, तो ह्यूमन हिस्ट्री में पिछले 20 साल, last 20 years have been the busiest for the brain. सबसे ज्यादा काम पिछले 20 सालों में ह्यूमन ब्रेन ने किया है. सो ब्रेन इज गेटिंग टायर्ड वेरी फास्ट. तो जो एनर्जी पढ़ाई में लगानी चाहिए, जो एनर्जी काम में लगानी चाहिए, जो एनर्जी कोई प्रोडक्टिव इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यूज और प्रोजेक्ट्स में लगानी चाहिए, उसकी ज्यादातर एनर्जी ब्रेन गैजेट्स में लगा देता है. तो जब हम पढ़ाई करने बैठते हैं तो हमको लगता है यार मूड नहीं है, नींद आ रही है, कॉन्सेंट्रेट नहीं हो रहा है, डिफिकल्ट है, बोरिंग है, और एग्जाम तो भी बाद में है ना, वैसे भी अभी तो एमसीक्यूज ही आता है, तो क्या क्या जरूरत है पढ़ने की. सो वी अवॉइड, वी प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट. सो द सोल्यूशन इज very simple: no gadget challenge or digital detox. Okay, you can search about it, digital detox. Now it's a very popular, powerful way. I have experienced it my way and I've seen a lot of difference in my productivity just by doing this. Now what is that? हफ्ते में एक दिन 4 से 6 घंटों के लिए आप गैजेट से दूर रहें. 4 से 6 घंटों के लिए, यानी जब आप जाग रहे हैं, ओके, वरना आप कहेंगे कि भाई हम सो रहे हैं तभी तो हम गैजेट से दूर ही होते हैं. बट व्हेन यू आर कॉन्शियस, व्हेन यू आर अवेक, once in a week 4 to 6 hours away from all kind of gadgets, TV, mobile, anything, nothing, and do some other activity that will give the rest to your brain. Secondly, जब आप ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग करते हैं तो बिफोर यू स्टार्ट योर स्कूल, do some deep breathing, do some pranayam if you've not eaten heavy, or do some meditation, do the brain gym which I told you, and then you start your online schooling. That will help you. और आईज, हम सबसे ज्यादा हमारी टायर्ड हमारी आंखें हो जाती है, तो आंखों पे पानी छिटकना या आंखों को एक्सरसाइज देना भी बहुत जरूरी है. राइट, सो प्लीज फॉलो ऑल दीज थिंग्स. दिस इज व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू से. थैंक यू अतुल जी.
सर वेरी नाइसली सेड. जैसे हम बॉडी के लिए व्रत करते हैं एक दिन बिना कुछ खाए पिए, वैसे अभी ब्रेन के लिए भी एक व्रत करना चाहिए. मोबाइल्स, गैजेट्स सब दूर रखने चाहिए. Brain is the busiest organ of our body, who is handling all the incoming and outgoing thought processes continuously.
Right.
So when brain needs a vacation.
जैसे हम चौवियार करते हैं ना शाम के
Yes.
बाद, ऐसे मोबाइल का भी हो जाना चाहिए.
Exactly, sir. Now I move on to our student Shreya Bhosle. Please ask your question, Shreya.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, sir. I Shreya Pankaj Bhosle from Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, studying in 9th standard. My question is, considering the present scenario, how can we make studies more interesting using your techniques?
Okay.
Very well asked, Shreya. सर, आजकल इस न्यू नॉर्मल कंडीशन में जब बच्चे घर में बैठे हैं और मोबाइल्स, लैपटॉप्स ही उनकी पढ़ाई का जरिया बन चुका है, तो इन हालातों में हम बच्चों की पढ़ाई के प्रति उनकी रुचि कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं? ओवर टू यू सर.
Thank you. Shreya, you are in which standard?
9th standard.
9th standard. Okay, so it's a very important year for you. Which is the subject which you don't like?
Maths.
Maths. You don't like maths. Why so? Difficult है.
Difficult है.
फॉर्मूले याद रखने में परेशानी होती है. फॉर्मूले में प्रॉब्लम होता है, कैलकुलेशंस में प्रॉब्लम होता है. कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम होता है?
फॉर्मूले.
कैलकुलेशंस में इश्यूज नहीं आता है?
नहीं.
Okay. So I'll answer your specifically maths के लिए मैं भी बताऊंगा, but before that I'll answer in general. Okay, interest is very important when it comes to concentrate. जो गीतांजलि मैम ने भी थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि if our interest level is high, concentration will happen automatically. Now, no subject is boring. Okay, many people feel that history is boring for them. How many of you feel that history subject is boring? I know many students, they feel history nahi padhna hai main. Now, those students who feel history is difficult, if their favorite actor is performing in a movie which is a historical movie, will you go and watch that movie? Yes. Will you like that movie? Yes. Will you tell your friends also to go and watch that movie? अरे देख क्या बहुत अच्छी मूवी है. Means हिस्ट्री बुक्स में डिफिकल्ट है, मूवीज में इंटरेस्टिंग है. यानी हिस्ट्री सब्जेक्ट का तो कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं है. कौन सी मेथड से हम वो हिस्ट्री की इंफॉर्मेशन को रिसीव कर रहे हैं, उस मेथड पे डिपेंड करता है whether the subject is difficult or boring. So point is, Shreya, if you want to make any subject interesting, change the way you study. Okay, suppose maths difficult लगता है, तो हैव सम म्यूजिक इन द बैकग्राउंड, नॉन लिरिकल हो, कोई वर्ड्स नहीं होने चाहिए, नॉन लिरिकल सॉफ्ट म्यूजिक, एंड देन स्टडी. ओके, सपोज आप बैठ बैठ के आप बोर हो जाते हो, तो खड़े रह के पढ़ाई करो. चेंज, डू सम चेंजेस, राइट? So the mood also changes, mindset also changes, and you will start creating interest in maths. Same way, I'll just give you an example. My daughter, she's just 3.5 years old, and she did not used to like brush करना अच्छा नहीं लगता था. मुझे पता है यहाँ पे बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं जिनको आज भी ब्रश करना अच्छा नहीं लगता होगा. Now, हम उसको रोज बोलते थे ब्रश कर, but she used to avoid. Now what did we do? We came up with a game. We made a game for her. ये 3 स्टेप की गेम है. फर्स्ट स्टेप, आपको 5 बॉल्स लेने हैं और उसको बास्केट में डालना है, और मैं 10 काउंट करूंगा. फिर वो स्टेप 1 हो गया. फिर स्टेप 2, आपको वॉश बेसिन में जाना है और क्विकली ब्रश करना है, मैं 20 काउंट करूंगा. देन स्टेप 3, वापस वो रूम में जाना है और बास्केट से बॉल लेने हैं और वो 5 बॉल उसकी ओरिजिनल जगह पे रख देना है. तो 3 स्टेप्स की गेम बनाई, एंड शी स्टार्टेड एंजॉयिंग दैट गेम, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट गेम शी फॉर्म द हैबिट ऑफ ब्रशिंग. और कोई भी चीज अगर हम 90 दिन तक करते हैं तो वो हमारी आदत बन जाता है. So now we don't have to tell her to brush, she does it on her own. So just by changing the way, the method, that thing became interesting for her. So Shreya, think about it, कैसे मैं मैथ्स को जिस तरह से मैं करती हूँ उसमें कुछ बदलाव लाऊं, उसमें कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें डाल दूं, तो मैथ्स इजी हो जाएगा. सेकंड, रिमेंबरिंग फॉर्मूले, इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. In fact, in our advanced workshops, we teach a technique जिससे आप एक साथ 100 mathematical formula याद रख सकते हो. But that's a very advanced technique. What suggestion I will give you is कि जितने भी फॉर्मूले हैं ना आपके एक पर्टिकुलर एग्जाम में, जितने भी फॉर्मूले आने वाले हैं, put them down in one single full-scape page or a chart paper. एक ही पेज में. प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है कि फॉर्मूले अलग अलग पेजेस पे होते हैं, तो हमको कंफ्यूजन होता है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ब्रिंग देम टू वन सिंगल पेज, और हर फॉर्मूला को अलग कलर से लिखो, मेक इट इंटरेस्टिंग. एंड वो जो पेपर है ना, उसको आपके स्टडी टेबल पे चिपका दो. दैट्स इट. जस्ट गो थ्रू इट वंस इन अ डे. यू विल सी स्लोली एंड स्टेडीली फॉर्मूले विल बिकम वेरी इजी फॉर यू, राइट? And then practice it more and more. Every day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, keep on practicing the math sums. It will become very easy for you. Okay, Shreya, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Very well said, sir. Every human being needs a change so that he can boost up his energy level and come up with new vigor. The best way to engage one's mind is to create the interest in a particular topic and induce it in a playway method. जनरली जो भी चीज अगर हमें बच्चों को भी सिखानी हो तो वो प्लेवे मेथड में होगी, तो बहुत ही मजा आएगा और बच्चे भी जल्दी पिकअप करेंगे. थैंक यू सर. लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, आई रिक्वेस्ट अ स्टूडेंट नरेंद्र चौधरी टू आस्क द क्वेश्चन. ओवर टू यू, नरेंद्र.
Good morning, sir. My name is Narendra Chaudhary. I study in 8th A class. I have a question that how to accelerate learning by reducing study hour.
Most needed question of an hour, Narendra. Every child has got this query. सर, जैसे कि हम सब जानते हैं, बच्चों को ज्यादा देर पढ़ाई के लिए बिठाना और बच्चों से पढ़ाई काफी समय तक फोकस करवा के लेना बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट टास्क है, पेरेंट्स के लिए, टीचर्स के लिए, सभी के लिए. बट अगर बच्चों को जो भी चीज हम उनके पसंद के हिसाब से करवाए, कम से कम समय में ज्यादा बेनिफिट हम कैसे ले सकते हैं बच्चों को? सो वुड यू गाइड अस ऑन दैट?
श्योर. नरेंद्र, गुड क्वेश्चन. और हर स्टूडेंट यही कहता है, सर पढ़ाई फटाफट कैसे हो जाए. वो ये नहीं कहता सर गेम्स फटाफट कैसे खेल दे सो दैट हम ज्यादा टाइम पढ़ाई करें. सो लेट मी गिव यू फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इट्स ऑल अबाउट माइंडसेट, नरेंद्र. सी, व्हेन यू प्ले योर फेवरेट गेम, बी इट क्रिकेट, फुटबॉल, व्हाटएवर, आई एम श्योर 2-3 घंटे भी हो जाएंगे ना, फिर भी आपको ऐसे नहीं लगेगा कि मुझे नहीं खेलना, मुझे बस हो गया यार, बहुत हो गया, नाउ आई वांट टू गो होम. यू विल कीप ऑन प्लेइंग इट. सेम वे, अगर मेमोरी, पढ़ाई भी अगर स्पोर्ट्स बन जाए, we can create wonders. I have a very short video, if you ma'am allow me, sir, just a 1.5 minute video. Can I show it very quickly?
Yes, sir, you can.
Thanks a lot. This will show you why it is important to consider study as sports.
Just imagine if study becomes sports, then every unit test will become like IPL matches.
Here we go.
and final exams will become like World Cup matches.
Ronaldo. Oh, genius! Absolute genius!
And the board exam will be Olympics. Those students who can't concentrate in studies even for 15 minutes, they play their sports for so many hours without getting distracted, without getting bored. What if we can make their studies their favorite sports? Hi, I am Bhuvan Dhanesha, a memory and creativity expert since 2009. I can remember a book of 200 pages in just 7 days along with the page number. And I have come up with a 3 days online workshop, Super Memory Master, which has helped more than 10,000 students globally to make their studies fun, fast, and super interesting. If you
So see, this is what it is, right? Narendra, consider memory as sports, studies as sports. So have a target. First of all, have a target in your mind कि मुझे next exam में इतना score करना ही है. Secondly, then to achieve that target, you should have a plan कि मुझे ये week में इतना studies करना है, second week में इतना study करना है, third week में इतना study करना है. When you achieve your targets, gift yourself. इतने पढ़ाई नहीं होगी देखूंगा, उसके बाद ही मैं मोबाइल देखूंगा. So if you know create some game, some kind of a sports kind of a mindset in your mind, you will be able to study for longer hours. So that is about mindset. Technically speaking, how to reduce the study hours? Always have a target कि मुझे 2 घंटे में इतनी पढ़ाई करनी है, और टाइमर साथ में रखिए so that you can constantly check आप कितना कर रहे हो. दूसरा, use speed reading, जो मैंने अभी आपको सिखाया है. Start with 5 minutes and with practice you can do speed reading for 45 minutes or even 1 hour. Okay, हमारे students वो करते हैं. तो speed reading से भी आपका speed up बहुत हो जाएगा. I'll just share one example. There is a student in Dombivli, Dimple. With the help of speed reading, उसने एक हफ्ते में हिस्ट्री की पूरी बुक 10 बार पढ़ ली. 10th स्टैंडर्ड की लड़की थी. हिस्ट्री जो उसके लिए पहले डिफिकल्ट था, पर स्पीड रीडिंग की वजह से वो इजी हो गया. 10 बार सिर्फ एक हफ्ते में, वो भी दिन में सिर्फ 1.5 hour देखे. So these are the things which you can do to shorten the time of your studies. That's it, Narendra, and I wish you all the best.
Well said, sir. Making studies as a sport which will boost one's mind, and thus setting the targets, time limits for ourselves, and pampering ourselves with awards after the achievement is the best method or best way to accelerate learning. Thank you, sir. With this, we come to an end of our question answers round. I hope everybody present will be surely benefited by the guidance given by Bhuvan sir, and the techniques shown will help every child to boost his own performance and accelerate his learning. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. Now, I hand over to Bhavika Miss. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Gitanjali Miss. It was really a very good conversation session with question answers. Now, I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the word of thanks on behalf of Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School to all those who have contributed in making this webinar a successful one. First, let me start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's webinar a resounding success. First and foremost, I would like to thank our today's speaker, Mr. Bhuvan Dhanesha sir, for not only sharing his valuable time, but also enlightening us with the commendable talk on the subject and sharing your tips and tricks for limitless memory and speed reading for our viewers. I would like to extend my profound gratitude to our chairman, Shri Subhashji Parmar sir, members of the Education Committee, principals, and my team for your constant support and guidance in every step towards making this webinar a great success. I owe special thanks to the technical team who have constantly worked hard to ensure that this webinar becomes a memorable success. Finally, a big thanks to the wonderful viewers who have turned up in such a great number for watching this webinar and showing your great interest. Stay tuned with us for yet another Sunday webinar topic. Thank you.
Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, Pune, India. Thanks all our viewers for giving their overwhelming response. Thanks to our today's eminent speaker. A special thanks to our chairman, Shri Subhash Ji Parmar. A big thanks to our organizing team, Mrs. Jacinta Manuel, Principal, Mr. Kalpesh Darji, Team Leader, Mrs. Gitanjali Gullapelli, Teacher, Mrs. Itisha Shah, Teacher, Miss Bhavika Rathod, Teacher, Miss Urvisha Rathod, Teacher, Mrs. Aparna Dhaigude, Team Member. Once again, thank you all. Thank you all the viewers for watching this webinar. We look forward seeing you next Sunday for yet another interesting webinar. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.